See one hiding behind his mum. 2 beef cows. Wire is not working. The wire snapped in the back door. Finally, we're cutting silage. Electronic failure, unfortunately, when Nick was out with it on Friday. Welcome back to another episode of Invercamey Weekly, episode 22. If you haven't already, please remember to like and subscribe. Today, we've just put out some of the younger stock. These young calves here haven't been out before, so that's them just out just now. Now the weather's picked up this week. They're probably only a few months old. They're actually getting trough fed as well. At that age, the grass isn't quite enough for them, so they're going to get trough fed as well. And we've got 2 beef cows in here as well. So this is our 2 calves here. You see one hiding behind his mum. 2 beef cows. So they went out to the grass now. That's even less in the shed now, but it's obviously, as I said, we've just got to keep these guys going, get them to grow fit and strong. And to do that, they need a extra little bit of supplement, a little bit of feed just to push them on until they get to a slightly bigger size. Also, mum and dad are just away to get the cows in for the milking. The cows have been through the fence, I think 3 times this week. I haven't been through it at all, but this last 2 or 3 days, they almost seem to be going through it every day at the moment. So hopefully it doesn't look as if they're through it. You can see them at the back of the trees there. I'm not sure if you can see through the trees there. So they're obviously not through it today, but they've only got, I think tomorrow is the last day in that field anyway, then they'll be in the next one. The grass is probably starting to get away from them now anyway, to be honest with you. So probably could have been doing with them being out maybe 5 days earlier than they were this year, but that was partly down to me. Dad wanted to get them out on the Friday, but because, I think it was maybe the Thursday, Dad wanted to get them out actually. But because I was needed in this processing shed, I wasn't there to video, so basically it was delayed till the Monday, so that's probably my fault. But some things, obviously I wanted to capture the cows going out. You can only capture that once, so that's why that wasn't captured. But we'll go and get the cows in and get the cows milked. Cows definitely aren't through the fence today. That's them halfway down the field. As I said, tomorrow the fence will be coming down. They'll have the whole field to graze tomorrow. And the bottom of the field's actually starting to green up a little bit now, so the sooner they're out of here the better to let it grow. And then they'll be back in here maybe in about 3 weeks' time. But I don't know why they were going through the fence. I don't know, there's a few breaks in the wire now, so I don't know if that's why it's not pulsing the same, or if a cow just sees greener grass on the other side and thinks I'm having that. But obviously when they go through the fence, they eat too much, makes their muck go thinner. And obviously they don't have as much grass the next day. Well, the last 2 days has been eaten down more than it should have been. It's not as fresh because they've already been on it. So it just depends when you find out actually they've been through the grass. Sometimes you're going to the milking at night and you notice they've been through the fence and they've ate quite a bit of tomorrow's grass. So it's all a balance really. But we try and do our best, try and keep an eye on them. But when they're right at the top of the field, you don't see it as easily. But it's worked out okay. But the grass is getting them away from them a little bit at the top of the field. So it's time they're out of here. I reckon actually by the time they get to the top of the next field, we might have to pull them out and cut it for silage bales, because once it shoots and it gets past its freshness, they don't eat it quite as well. So but we'll go and get them in, help mum and dad get them in. What a delightful start to a Wednesday morning. Just went to get milk out the van for the farmhouse. Wire is not working. The wire snapped in the back door. Obviously that door's opened probably hundreds of thousands of times since we've had it. The wires finally gave way. The only problem is that this van's are probably unloaded about 99% of the time out the back door. So we're going to have to get another van. Well, we've got a spare van tomorrow, thankfully, but it's a smaller van. These silver ones are both long wheelbase, so obviously hold a lot more milk than the standard size vans. So one of the drivers is going to have to go out in that tonight, unfortunately. It's tight enough because Thursday is actually our busiest day of the week, delivery wise, so it's going to be quite tight in that van. It's just more than anything, it's the drivers getting rid of the empty bottles. Don't want to cover up all the full crates, so it's trying to rotate the van as best as possible, get rid of the empties is more the snagging point than anything else. But I dare say we'll get by it, and hopefully the van will be back for the Friday delivery.
Serendipity's played a cruel trick on me, taking you so far that I can barely breathe. The time's not right for us here, my dear. It's time you go on your way. Don't you fear, just take hope. It'll be our anchor in the storm of our lives. It'll be our savior like a ship when you're out there lonely, drifting out to sea. Now I'm doing everything that I know to do to get close to you, to get close to you. I've been seeing every breath of my life away till I see your face. I've been dreaming every night of you and me together, fighting off the fear in the heat of summer. Like you say, maybe someday we will be together. Till then I will sing this song. Seasons change and it's growing cold, but I won't let my love, God bless my soul. I swear you're dear when you're cold, I'll be here where the land meets the seas. There you are with me, yeah. And I'm doing everything that I know to get close to you, to stay close to you. I've been stealing every breath of my life away just to see your face. And I'm dreaming every night of you and me together, fighting off the fear in the heat of summer. Like you say, maybe someday we will be together. Till then I will sing this. And I'm dreaming every night of you and me together, fighting off the fear in the dead of winter. Like you say, maybe someday we will be together. Till then I will sing.
Just got to check that the mower is cutting the swath properly, that it's clean, cut and clean right through the middle. So as you can see, the mower's making a right good clean cut right through the swath. It's Friday and finally we're cutting silage. So we're hoping to cut a field every day, and probably start taking it in on Monday now. So actually taking in will be in next week's video. But Andrew's well on his way now. Probably about 3/4 of it cut now. It's looking like it's going to be a good swath though. This field both got slurry and a bit of fertiliser. It is cut probably about 10 days before it was last year, so it's riper. It's the grass has still got the moisture and stuff in it, as opposed to if you leave it too late it dries out. The quality's not there, so we will give it a chance to wilt because we don't want too much moisture in the silage pit. It won't keep so well, so there's a fine line between too dry and too wet, so it'll get a few days to wilt, and then this will be the first field that's taken into the pit. It's a bit rough just at the gate here as well. Previous years we've actually stacked some silage bales here, so that's why it's so rough there, and there's not grass growing the same. It's just because we've previously stacked maybe 100 bales of silage that was excess that we couldn't fit in the pit, so We didn't have anywhere else that was handy to stack it, so we just stacked it here. And then in the winter we just came across with a trailer and just, well, I think I actually maybe featured that actually in one of the first videos actually. Came across here and just took 10 bales back to the steading and used them, and then repeated it until they were all gone. But it's a beautiful day as well. This is probably the nicest looking field we've got, like the scenery off the braes there, looking onto Harry Slee's St John's Wells, just across there where the windmills are. But no, it's looking like a really good crop, and that's the most important thing. Like I say, we want to have enough in the pit that we're not having to do a second cut for the pit. We want it sheeted up, and then that's it after this. So I think it's looking pretty good. We'll see what it's looking like on Monday. Obviously it will wilt away a little bit because it'll dry up, so it'll shrink a little bit. But I'm pretty happy with what I've seen so far. And hopefully it'll stand us in good stead for a better quality. So we'll do our silage analysis when we open the pit, just to compare it to last year. So hopefully we're obviously hoping for a better score, a better crop. I've been told it'll be much better. Even a week can make a big difference, never mind 10 days to 2 weeks. So I'm hoping there'll be a noticeable difference, and it'll hopefully save us a little bit of money in the winter time. Really annoying little time lapse I had going there, just Andrew cutting round and round to finish the field. Unfortunately it stopped recording after about 3-4 minutes, I don't know why. Landed the drone again, started back up again, it seems to be working fine again, but that's a bit annoying. It would have been a nice time lapse just to condense that last 5 minutes of cutting right into a 30-second, 60-second clip of it just going round and round, but I don't know what happened there. That's Andrew just basically finished the field. He's just got to go round the outside. So the first cut you cut clockwise, and then the last cut, more potential maybe to be stones round the outside and stuff like that. You don't want to hit them right at the start. So last cut anti-clockwise, more at the fence side, and that'll be the field finished. That's him just coming down the hill just now, so he's just basically finished. Once he gets to the gate, that'll be him. It's Saturday and this is the second size field that Dad cut this afternoon. It's not quite as big a crop as the other one we cut, but I think actually it's probably the biggest crop we've got, but we'll find out. Dad's going to cut another field tomorrow, and then we're going to start taking it into the pit on Monday morning. So that's it for this week's video, but before I go, another van problem. The van door got fixed, electronic failure unfortunately. When Nick was out waiting Friday, me and Nick were covering for Stephen, who's actually his honeymoon. Hope you're enjoying your honeymoon if you are watching Stephen. I doubt it, but I'm just going to say that anyway. So yeah, that van quickly got picked up by breakdown. So we actually had to call Marion out of bed, and me, Nick and Marion were all driving cars to get that milk delivered as quickly as possible. We always like to deliver milk in a fridged van, just so we know that when it reaches the doorstep of the customer or the shop, it is refrigerated. I know a lot of the other companies don't do that, but that's just what we want to do. That just gives me peace of mind more than anything, because this time of the year it is getting really hot and I just wouldn't feel comfortable delivering the milk in a box van without a fridge. But anyway, that's it for this week's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember to like and subscribe. We'll see you next week.